Bill Walton led an extremely unique life. Somebody who had upwards of, I believe, 50 orthopedic surgeries.
He walked that way.
He did walk that way. His feet failed him miserably.
Back failed him, too.
Back failed him. And the Portland Trailblazers as an organization failed him early on in his career, and it took some real reconciliation to get that going. But along the way, the memories, the calls, the single moments, no one has anything bad to say about Bill Walton except for Boston sports media because they're massholes.
Just one guy.
Yeah, but I collected a bunch of clips that were sent to me over the last 24 hours, and one stands out supremely above all. Have you ever seen Huskies and Bears fight?
It usually does when Huskies and Bears get together. You ever seen Huskies and Bears fight? Because usually what happens when that happens is that the dogs come in and they nip and tuck around the Bears, who just kind of stand there and look around, and then eventually the Bears get tired of these little antagonistic Huskies. So the Bears, they just come and they just smash the Huskies. And that's what's happened right now. What are you talking about? I'm talking about Bears and Huskies, the matchup that we have tonight. And did you know that grizzly bears, which used to be predominant here in Southern California, they left millenniums ago. That's a long, long time ago. But in 1933, California's Department of Fish and Wildlife, they brought 27 bears from Yosemite to Los Angeles. And ever since, the San Gabriels and the San Bernardino Mountains, they've got a significant bear population.
It's a fascinating story. Meanwhile, Thomas Welsh,
it's more fascinating than those
Anderson
timeouts. More fascinating than that foul.
I wonder how many times on broadcasts Dave Pash actually said to him, "What are you talking about?"
I like that I could
Because
learn something.
It's
in
Washington
there.
against Cal, or is it Washington UCLA? I can't remember which one it was.
I think it'd be Washington UCLA. Why didn't he ever do Planet Earth? Why didn't anyone, like, we had Snoop, why didn't we get him?
Yeah, we need like a Richard Attenborough, Bill Walton collab.
What a miss.
Get them both on LSD and just go for a trip. Is that the insane part about Bill Walton was he was 100% serious. Like, he's having fun with it, but the tangents he would go off were 100% serious. And the great part about it is I love the Bill Walton fake tweets where it would be like that whole conversation. It would be okay, and Huskies by 12, and that like that's the Dave Pash response, because that
and
was
Nick Castellanos with a deep drive to left field.
That was absolutely just on point. That's what it was, to a less disturbing nature. Another one that lives on is, again, Pash and Bill Walton. Bill Walton asking Dave Pash if he's ever been stoned. I don't know if you could. Do we have that? Do we have that audio?
I'm sorry, which one?
The Bill Walton asking Pash if he's ever been stoned.
Oh, yep. Here we go. Oh,
I just was carrying. Saw that pre. I wondered what that was for. I just was carrying it around. I was wondering if you've ever been stoned before. Here, there you go. Now you've been stoned. Okay, you got it.
Too bad this isn't Old Testament times. You'd be in trouble.
No, that is. I was
He's heavy, man. He's like 50 pounds.
Just carry it in here. Come on, man. Just carry it in here.
I'm trying to broadcast the game here.
Hold it in your lap.
Here, why don't you put that in your backpack?
Let me put it right there. Let me put it right there. Come on, man. We're celebrating the greatness of stones. I was out with Moses this morning. On the way down, I carried it up. He carved it, and then he carried it down. Please, just take this, please. I'm busy here.
And the three goes. Arizona has the lead, 14-13.
And after you buried them, and they were down by one, they're right back.
I buried them under stone.
Where are your stones, please? Don't be afraid.
Dude, he's beautiful.
For those that don't understand just how unhinged this moment was on TV, Bill Walton reached under the desk and grabbed a 50-pound rock and said, "Have you ever been stoned, Dave Pash?" and drops this rock in his lap while he's calling a game live.
I will say, when you said that he reached under the table and grabbed something, I thought you were going somewhere else.
What? Oh, I feel like Bill at different times was just like, what can I do that will bug Dave? And he's just like, I'm going to do it. Like, oh.
I'm glad you brought that up, because Dave Pash tweeted yesterday This is what Bill Walton used to do to him when he was calling games without Bill Walton. These are texts that Bill would send him while watching Dave Pash call games. This is Bill texting Dave Pash. Please, who is this? Have you ever ridden your bike across California? Fighting off snakes, condors, other birds of prey, wild turkeys and peacocks, stampeding goats, wild boar, deer, elk, iguanas, flies, mosquitoes, 18-wheelers, tractors, planes spewing pesticides, and many other unrecognizable adversaries. Please, who is this? That's just something Bill sent while Dave Pash is calling a game. Here's more. You're awesome. I miss you. I love you. I'm sorry for the grief I caused you. I just knew it had to eventually happen. I sure don't want to play them. Please, where to get this stuff? I may never sleep again. Completely. This is just while Dave Pash is calling games.
Unhinged.
Pash texts him, I miss you. He says, I love you. Please don't tell anyone. Then follows that up with, are you watching this Atlanta Philly NBA game? Of which Dave Pash is calling. Wow, what a scene. Try to check it out if you're not too busy.
Those are my favorite. There are like so many great ones where he just texts, hey,
if you're not too busy.
I'm watching this game. You should check this game out. And it's Dave Pash on the call. It's beautiful.
Please, so I'm doing my research on SportsCenter. I'm looking for some new young players who are any good, and I'm installing more solar panels. Thanks. Pray for rain. It leads to more life. Don't take away your children's day. Please stop hating my grandchildren. Solar. Like, what the hell? Here's
awesome.
Here's again. I'm just gonna keep reading these because they're so unhinged and so fantastic. Bill to Pash. I hope you're watching this Knicks Cavs game. Superb. Check it out. Still time. Hopefully, announcer will reset the scene for you. Enjoy.
B-Dub. Are
you watching this masterpiece, UCLA at UW on ESPN? I have no idea who's calling the game, but the guy is stealing your lines. I have no clue. That is true, but theft plagiarism is not right. The inequity of it all. Again, these are all while Dave Pash is calling said game. And Bill is just absolutely effing with him.
And is he effing with him, or is he just really that colossally high, even for Bill
Yes,
Walton?
both. All of these things.
Both.
Do we have the I failed as a father?
Yes.
Please, give me the I failed as a father.
Let me find it here. Which one is it? Oh, boy.
This is
here we go.
Bill Walton finds out that his son, Luke Walton, has been ejected.
Isaiah Rondo and Luke Walton ejected, Michelle Jalen and Paul like that, and more as the Warriors have a chance to make it maybe single-digit deficit. But Durant misses on the three. Luke was ejected. We covered that earlier. 1 second to go. Corner three, Napier. No good off the horn. I have failed as a father.
I have failed as a father.
It's just
My
gold.
own son was ejected.
Okay, and here we've got to play this one because this is just out of left field. Quite literally, Bill Walton calling a baseball game.
When they bring that high, hard one in, I stand in and lean back, and then just bam, and it sails away out through the universe like a radio wave that goes past Saturn and Jupiter, Pluto, through the black hole, and into many other galaxies yet named.
Have you ever been to a volcano?
You can hear the other play-by-play guys. They can't keep it together. They're just like, oh, we're used to unhinged, but this is a whole like baseball announcers.
What is going on?
Baseball announcers are a different breed. It's the talking game for a reason.
Yeah.
If you're breaking them, it is completely gone. And then we have a more recent Bill Walton talking about the transfer portal.
So the Tinder portal, which has been very good for the Conference of Champions, and with Miles Johnson seeing the opportunity that UCLA does not have a shot blocker, he comes here and says, yeah, I found myself a home.
You call it, you mean the transfer portal? You called it the Tinder portal.
Tinder portal, yeah.
Why, you're saying that the transfer portal is like Tinder? Do you swipe right or left to get a player?
Well, do you love me today?
Bill Walton was a character, a wordsmith, unique individual, a true one of one. And as much as these clips are all fun, there's so many more. I would urge you to look. I wouldn't urge most people ever to spend much time on social media. I do it because it's part of my job. But just search Bill Walton on Twitter. Search Bill Walton on Instagram.
And there will be no shortage of
And just
stuff to
dive
look
in.
at.
Just dive in, man.
Right.
Like, have some fun because you will come away feeling better.
Yeah, you want to talk about going down a rabbit hole. That one's going to be a deep dive.
Look, and if you want to do something in his honor before you do so, go ahead. You know, it's we neither encourage nor deny those opportunities, as they may be federally illegal still, so we cannot fully endorse. But things are different in this state. Bill Walton, dead at 71, lived one hell of a life.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I don't think you could say that anyone has lived a life quite like him.
No, there's a reason why he always says he's the luckiest man on earth, but there's also a reason why he was able to get to do everything that he did.
Yeah,
and it's
and
how
the-
he made others feel.
In the way he impacted so many others.